things show ain't the way that they used to be. You know, family, you know, the word family meant a lot more years ago than it means now. You know, we used to have a saying that family, you know, or we'd say that blood is thicker than water, you know, and we mean that. You know, if it was anybody in our family that had an issue, anybody had a problem, anybody in the neighborhood. I mean, I remember one time we had an issue with somebody on my block. We were kids, you know, and my whole family showed up to support us. I mean, my whole family wanted to fight this guy and his family. And when I say my whole family, I mean my aunties, my uncles, everybody came over there. But it's way different than, you know, than it was back then. I mean, you can hardly even trust your family now. Most of us even hardly even talk to our families. And most of us know people in our own families that hate us, that dislike us. You know, they come around us on maybe on holidays, or we might meet up with them at certain places, but we know deep down that we have family members that just hate us for no reason at all, you know. And it's sad the way it's becoming a family, because family really is all you have. But in these day and ages, you have people who have friends that are closer than those who are in their family, you know, and that's just the way it is now. I mean, you got some people who would actually turn their back on their family for their friends, because the friends have been closer than those in their own family.
It's a
And I don't know
shame.
what happened to the family dynamic when I was a kid, you know. I would say my cousins and I, we sleep in the same bed. It'd be like 10 or 15 of us in the same room on the same floor, you know. But I'm telling you, family is not what it used to be. Family is some of the first ones that will stab you in the back. You have some family members, if you have a need, they will give to somebody else before they would give you anything.
Wow.
They would give to somebody else before they would help you do anything. And I'm talking about sisters, brothers, aunties, mothers. You know, if you got somebody in your family that you close to, that you can trust, hold on to that person. Or if you got a family, some people have very close families, and they have great families that are close. You know, be grateful for that, because nowadays families ain't the same as they used to be.
God, I don't know if I can agree with that or not, because all my family is starting to drop like flies. But guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new, please hit subscribe. And if you've been here before, hit the thumbs up button. Today's topic is family betrayal. And in almost every single family, there are certain members that feel alienated. If you're one of those certain members, watch today's show. Let's see how this goes.
Harassing my ass. Your ass. You too worried about my ass. That's the problem. Maybe that's the problem. You too worried about my ass. Is that the wrong? Is that the problem? Is that the problem? You too worried about my ass? Oh, you're obsessed with my ass. That's why you in here harassing me at 1 o'clock in the morning in front of my daughter. Take your ass in there and go to sleep. Go to sleep. You left your mind in your room on the pillow. Go get it. Go get it. Go.
Totally got things fucked up.
Go.
Seriously.
Go.
That's always been your
Can you
problem.
go? Can you go? Can you go? You
I
love
don't
my
care.
ass.
No.
You're
you know
obsessed
what?
with my ass.
Get
As
a
a matter
grip.
of fact.
You really?
Yes.
Really, Mercedes?
Absolutely.
I don't like nothing about your ass.
Duh. So can you get out the room with my ass? How about that? I've never seen somebody
about you
who
get
don't
out-
like my ass so much
How
that they in
about
here harassing me
you
at 1.
Okay, let's examine that real quick, because I think a lot of us see different things. This is a mom that's come into the daughter's room at 1 in the morning, and we know that the daughter also has a daughter. So there's a granddaughter involved here. Now, some people might say, oh, these are two family members that can't stand each other. They might not even like each other. But you can tell that they obviously love each other, because if the daughter was rich and successful, she wouldn't be there living with her mom, right? And if the mom didn't give 2 cents or two craps about her daughter, she wouldn't allow her daughter to live in that house. So again, I think sometimes as people, we see things through our point of view only, but we don't necessarily see the whole picture. So again, one of you guys watching might not see love at all. I see love in this. You know, this is how families sometimes act.
I don't know what hurts more, betrayal by your parents, betrayal by your siblings, or betrayal by your spouse.
They all suck, definitely.
They all hurt,
Yeah.
and I felt each one of them
No.
over my years of life. How about your kids? Any betrayal there? Friends? Well, as I age, I'm starting to realize you got to pull back. And once you've been kicked in the nuts so many times, you learn. You learn which horse to pick. As my father would say, make sure you pick the right horse. Well, I've picked the wrong horse many times.
Me too.
And I
How about
stuck
you
it out
guys?
many times. But betrayal is so damn bad, especially when legal gets involved. Because, to be honest, clients betrayed me. And when you get in the legal system, it's not true that there's righteousness and justice. I've been through it on the win side and the loss side, but majority of the time the loss side. And it's hard. It's damn hard to move on. But you know what? Prayer helps. Forgiveness helps. At the same time, I believe the adversity that God's had, we all have, and that's all part of life.
Yeah, amen.
I've had great mentors, and people much older than me would teach me how to forgive, how to let go. It's the 12-step programs.
So I don't want to get into AA type stuff, but there is some power in what he's saying. There's going to be people, friends and family that let you down along the way when it comes to your life. And when you hold that anger and you hold these grievances, right? And you hold these grudges, the only one that ends up getting poisoned by that is you. So remember, even though it's darn near impossible to forgive, and in many cases you don't see one valid reason to forgive, the most important reason is because when you don't, it poisons yourself. All right, let's see what this guy has to say.
Message is for anyone who is in separation mode from their family. This can be permanent separation mode. This can be just separation mode, period, right? Let me get closer for you. Hold on now. Let me get closer to my Liso family. So you may be in a position where people have said to you, well, you know, you might have told your story about how one parent has treated you awful, and then another relative will say, well, they didn't treat me like that, and that will be their story. Your story is your story. No one can discredit you from the story or the things that you experience with that parent or that relative. Please, this is my message to you, Elite Soul family, a message of solace for you, to let you know that your experience is valid, your feelings are valid, and do not let anyone gaslight you into thinking that you are wrong or imagining situations that happen in your life and making you feel like, oh my God, maybe I am wrong for thinking that about my mother or father. No, what you felt is right. Your feelings are valid. And just because that cousin had a good relationship with your mom, just because that sibling had a good relationship with your mom, that is not your story. And a lot of times that parent or that parental figure will purposely treat that person extra good, will purposely go out of their way for that cousin to do something nice for them. So when it comes back around, they say, well, they never did that to me. That was by design, to further discredit you, to make your feelings invalid, collective of my Elite Soul family. So again, please know that your feelings are valid, your experience was valid, your experience was real, and what you felt was not a figment of your imagination. These people will actually see, as time goes on, the real energy of that person. They will see how they really behave and how they really act and their true intentions, and all you gotta do is sit back and wait for the ish to unfold.
Sometimes when we break up with somebody and they move on quicker than we do, we look at them and it looks like they're having a great time with their new partner. It's because the new partner hasn't seen the real them just yet. And they haven't seen the real them just yet when it comes to their partner, because there's a reason their partner was single and there's a reason why they are. A lot of times people put on this front like their life is perfect, but as you slowly peel back the layers, you start to see the real true story. So I really like what this guy has to say, and you can apply that to family relationships or any relationship, really.
I think it is so wrong to tell a person to forgive and forget a person or people who have tried to create hell in their lives when it comes to trauma. I don't think that it's right to tell people that you must forgive.
Okay, so this is great, a great time to pause and let's ask everybody. I told you earlier that the power of forgiveness is not necessarily for other people, it's for you. Because if you just harbor that anger and rage, you're going to end up poisoning literally your soul. And you don't want to do that. So here you have somebody saying, I don't think it's even right for you to try to tell people to forgive and forget. But the reality is, the reason you're telling them that is because you're seeing the anger and rage within them. Even when this young lady talks, looks really pretty, right? But you can almost sense a bass in her voice and anger. It's almost like she's reliving these angry moments in her life. That's poisoning, guys.
People who have tried to rob you of your essence in life, rob you of your peace, steal, kill, and destroy everything that you touch and put your hands on, all because they feel you don't deserve peace. They feel you don't deserve happiness. They feel you don't deserve love. They feel you don't deserve to even love yourself because they have some type of inadequacy inside, and your very existence just disturbs them. And as long as you're living, they feel like they're losing in life because how dare you come from the same environment, but your mentality is different. So for as long as you live, how can I plot and scheme on a way to wipe that smile off your face? I think it is best for you to acknowledge who the people are who have hurt you, who have wronged you unjustifiably. Never forget, because the moment you let your guard down, not only will they be back, they will forever be seeking revenge because you chose peace over chaos.
You know, here's the interesting thing. If 10 people tell you the reason that they don't want to be in their family member's life ever again, your reason is the most justifiable because it's your reason. But if you were to listen to 10 other people's reasons, I'm telling you, about three-fourths of them would make you roll your eyes and you'd say, why don't you forgive your family members? So it's really weird. A lot of times we look at our own world and our own problems, and we don't realize that a lot of them are centered around the man and woman in the mirror.
When you see some of your relatives, some of your friends, some of your family members are becoming your enemies, they are hating you for no good reason, it's a sign that they are tired of disguising themselves. They are tired of pretending. Their true colors, they really themselves is coming out. You need to thank God for that.
I do think that sometimes people show red flags and signs all the time. And when somebody does show you their true self, their true colors, I agree with this guy. That's not a horrible thing, guys. That's a gift. If someone gives you knowledge that they're bad news, take that knowledge and literally run with it. This guy was great earlier. Let's see if he has another gem,
Will wake up one day and flip on you out of nowhere for
right?
nothing. What I'm saying is you can't allow yourself to get close to nobody these days. I mean, it's okay to have friends, and when I say close to nobody, I mean nobody in your family, nobody, period, because people will wake up the very next day and flip on you in a minute. And I'm not sitting here saying I don't love nobody, don't care for nobody, but you have to really guard your heart on getting close to people because people will change. They'll flip up, man. One day they'll be nice to you. You'll think y'all close. I don't care if it's a coworker, if it's a family member. You'll think y'all real. You'll think y'all real cool, and to turn around and this person do you dirty as a mug. I mean, real, real dirty. And you can't allow yourself to get close to nobody. Not real close to nobody. You got to keep your circle real tight. And if you got somebody, or if you got people in your life you can trust and that you can depend on, you got to hold on to them people because in this day and age, I mean, anybody will wake up the next day and flip on you in a minute. I mean, and I guarantee you, people don't have that experience where you done had somebody that you done been cool with for 30, 40. Sometimes, I mean, it ain't even got to be that long. You can be cool with somebody 2, 3, 4 years and y'all real tight. And one day this person just wake up the next day and just flip on you, become a whole different person.
That is so scary because it's so true. If you guys don't mind, if you can share a flip on you moment down in the comments, that would be great because I think that's one of those unsettling things that each and every one of us has gone through. Some of us get lucky and we experience it in grade school. When you learn about those lessons early in life, it can help you prepare for them better as you get older. But some of us wait many, many years before somebody flips on us. The best way I can describe it to people is when you're married to somebody. You're so loyal to them, they're so loyal to you, but then once you're divorced, it's almost like they become your enemy overnight. Now, I know some of you are thinking, hey, I've got a good relationship with my ex, we co-parent, yada, yada, that's great. But I'm sure for every good experience with breakup, I'm sure people can tell you two or three stories that were bad. It's scary when people flip on you, especially when it comes out of the blue, which that's what flip on you means, right?
Sometimes the people who share your blood will hurt you deeper than any stranger could.
Right.
Them people will smile in your face and still be throwing dirt on your name behind closed doors. Family, they know your heart, they know your struggles, and they know how loyal you are. And they'll still be the first ones to betray you, to doubt you, and to treat you like you're disposable. Them people be expecting you to stay silent for the sake of peace for them, but they ain't never worried about the war that they started in you. And the sad truth is, sometimes family is just a title and not a true reflection of love.
God. That's so scary because it's true. I a lot of times try to get people to forgive and give their family members second and third chances, but you might have already given them two, three, four chances. And sometimes you have to say, this guy or gal is no longer my family member, but it's not on me. It's because of the way they're acting towards me. So you got to look out for your best. You owe it to yourself to take care of yourself. And if you have to stay away from certain family members, do it.
Brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child, and children will rise up and rebel against their parents and cause them to be put to death. This stuff is already happening around the globe. It's nothing new, but it's coming to a city near you here in the United States if you're watching it in the United States. If you're not, if you're outside of the United States, you already know this ain't nothing new to you for the most part. Right? And you will be hated by everyone because of your association with my name, the name of the Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. You know him as Jesus Christ of Nazareth, right? But it is the one who has patiently persevered and endured to the end who will be what? Saved.
Hey, thank you for making it to the end of the video with me. Guys, I think there's always going to be situations where people have rough relationships with their families, but if you're blessed to have a good relationship with your family, don't ever do anything to mess it up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Come back again tomorrow. We'll watch some more videos together. Have a good night.